Short stories about cats, big and small, real and fictional. Hello, my name is Bundy, and I will tell you short stories about my relatives. My first story is about cats in ancient Egypt. Egypt is located in northeast Africa. A very long time ago, several thousand years BC, one of the very first human civilizations arose here. Ancient Egypt. The Nile River is the longest in the world, 4,130 miles. From December to May, the river flows calmly in its bed. And from June to November, the river floods, bringing fertile silt to the flooded areas. On the dark fertile land along the Nile, people have long grown barley, wheat, flax, and other crops. The ancient Egyptians learned to store water in a specially built system of cross-earthen ramparts. This water was used to water fields, gardens and orchards, using devices invented by the Egyptians, shadoofs. Thanks to advanced and efficient agriculture, various crafts developed in ancient Egypt. Egyptian masters created beautiful wall paintings and sculptures. In ancient Egypt, grandiose temples, palaces, and obelisks were built. Built by the ancient Egyptians, the Great Sphinx and the pyramids of the Giza Plateau are the last surviving wonder of the Seven Wonders. Scientists believe that the hieroglyphic writing of ancient Egypt is the first written language in human history. Hieroglyphs are written signs that can denote whole words or concepts, as well as individual syllables or sounds. The Egyptians invented the first paper, papyrus, and ink. Papyrus was made from a wetland plant, Cyperus papyrus, which grows in the Nile Delta, as well as in Palestine and Syria. Ink was made from soot and ochre, which were mixed with various liquids such as vegetable oil. Lead compounds were also added to them, so that they would dry faster and the inscriptions would not run. Around 1650 BC, the Oms papyrus, or rhind mathematical papyrus, was written, containing 84 mathematical problems. Oms is an Egyptian priest and scribe. He may be the first mathematician whose name is known. The ancient inhabitants of the Nile Delta invented a number system, which is similar to the decimal system that we use today. Special hieroglyphs denoted the numbers 1, 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, and 1 million. If a number contained more than one unit, 10 or others, then their signs were written down the corresponding number of times. The picture shows the number 35,736 written in ancient Egyptian numerals. Even in ancient times, people noticed that the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter is always the same. Nowadays, this ratio is called the number pi. According to the information from Oms's papyri, the area of a circle is equal to the square of the product of its diameter and 8/9. It means that the ancient Egyptians considered the number pi to be approximately equal to 3.16. Pi is used in many mathematical and physical calculations. This is an infinite irrational number. As of today, more than 1 trillion decimal places of this number have been calculated.
Bundy, you could write a huge book about the number pi, but you promised to talk about cats.
Oh, sorry, I got carried away. Still, before we start the story about cats, we need to say a few words about the ancient Egyptian gods. Like other ancient people, the Egyptians deified animals, natural objects, and phenomena. For example, the god Osiris periodically died and then resurrected. This cycle symbolized the sowing of grain, funeral, the emergence of seedlings, resurrection, and the killing of Osiris, cutting off the ears during the harvest. The supreme deity of the Egyptians was Ra, the sun god. He was depicted with the head of a falcon, the body of a man, with a solar disk and a snake on his head. Solar eclipses occur when the moon completely or partially covers the sun for a period of time. The ancient Egyptians explained this phenomenon as an attack on the god Ra by a huge serpent. A serpent named Apep, also known as Aphaf or Apophis, wanted to swallow the sun and plunge the earth into eternal darkness. The god Ra turned into a fiery red cat, fought, and defeated Apophis. The main Egyptian god turned into a cat in difficult times, can you imagine? Nowhere and at no time were cats treated better than in ancient Egypt. In Egypt, cats were sacred animals, symbols of fertility and the sun. There was even a cat goddess called Bast or Bastet, the daughter of the sun god and the moon goddess. Sistrum is a percussion musical instrument. Ankh is a protective sign, a symbol of life, immortality, eternity, and wisdom. In the city of Bubastis, located in the Nile Delta, there was a temple to the goddess Bastet, and festivities were held in her honor. The Egyptians considered cats to be the living embodiment of the goddess Bastet. Therefore, when a cat died, its body was specially mummified. And the priestesses brought gifts to the cat spirits and burned incenses. The Persian king Cambyses II, son of Cyrus the Great, took advantage of this attitude of the Egyptians towards cats, when he came to conquer Egypt in 525 BC. Cambyses II ordered his soldiers to paint images of sacred cats on their shields, as well as to let their live cats go in front of his army during the battle for Pelusium. The Egyptians surrendered almost without a fight, and the Persians captured Egypt. The Persians ruled the country for almost 200 years, until Egypt was freed by Alexander the Great. The history of ancient Egypt ended in 30 BC, when it became a Roman province. The cult of the goddess Bast was officially banned in the 4th century AD, when the Roman emperors fought against paganism. Cats were no longer deified, they remained simply pets. Lastly, I want to thank my best friend AI designer, DALL-E 3 platform, that created some of the pictures for this short story. As well as Wikipedia, an inexhaustible source of information about everything in the world, including cats.